Here we have NBK. You know, the people just jump out and run out. It's going to be really hard to hit a shot there. And then he just goes straight into 80 AD mode because he has no choice. Nothing he can do. So he just full-blown, never stops moving. Shock, same thing. Keeps moving. Can't hit Forrest because he's just crowd spamming. Look at Get Right just moving full speed in front of him. But there's nothing that Shox can do. The guy's just moving so fast. Here's Freiburg, same round. Never stops moving. Gets into an 80 AD war. It's one random shot and then hits Shox when Shox has no ammo left. Then we have Kiyoshima here, where he gets in a full-blown 80 AD war, where both players miss every single shot, which is really common in CSGO. And then the same round, through Get Right's perspective, he also never stops moving the entire round. You know, just non-stop moving. It's just really ridiculous, in my opinion. Same round through Forrest. I want to do a 3D because you can see how he's just crowd spamming like a madman, and it just needs to be shown that like this is the level that the pros have gotten to, where it's just all about missing, making other people miss. It's not about anything else. It's not about aim. It's not about mechanics of shooting. It's literally just about making yourself impossible to hit. So here I wanted to point out that Happy has 10 HP and he can literally run out into 4 people and not get hit, and I find that ridiculous. Here's Happy, full-blown matchmaking, just anyone golden up or above would be able to do that. Here I want to show that Kiyoshima is just full-blown moving, and then you see it in first person, he hits a headshot during that same movement scheme that you just saw, and then comes right back out with a full-blown 80 AD moving one shot. MBK with a couple 80 AD moving headshots. Here's one, there's the second one, and then he starts doing like full-blown just burst sprays, and then he gets another Pico's advantage, like ridiculous movement headshot right there while moving. Here's MBK, where he just shoots while moving. He's not even worried about the guy hitting him because he knows that the guy's hit like a 1 in 50 shot on him while he's running like that. And then Freiburg here as the second kill has a perfect advantage on MBK. The MBK just 80 ADs. Here's Shox and Forrest, 2 best aimers in the world, 80 AD crowd spamming each other, unable to hit each other. Here's, you know, some more 80 AD, and then you see the same thing from Happy's perspective, where he sees the guy and he just straight up starts moving right away, trying to 80 AD. Here we have Happy, where I don't really know why exactly I included this one, because there's worse, but you can see how, like, Exist should be able to get him, but because Happy is just moving back and forth, Exist can't get him even though he's not even facing him. And then Shox here on the corner, where he tries to do these, like, 180 A taps, are just pure random. Like, that shouldn't even be viable. He tries to do it again, where here, while the exit was up, he was basically trying to shoot at someone that wasn't even looking at him, but he couldn't hit him because the guy was moving really fast. Here's Smiths, who hits one good shot, but then he goes straight matchmaker then, and just tries to 80 AD around the pole, runs back, reloads, goes back into some more 80 AD, and then some more, and then Forrest just jumps him, so there's nothing that he can do. Here's the same round from Forrest, where he also doesn't stop moving, tries to 80 AD the guy at New Box, can't get him. Then he jump burst there, another jump burst knowing that the guy's not going to be able to hit him, then full running headshots him. And then 80 one taps Forrest in the back while Shox Forrest killed Shox. And then here, Exist should just have an angle on him, but instead, that was the round I was talking about before, that because he's moving around, can't get him. Hey guys, so let's talk about what you just saw, and why I think that it's low skilled, and why the game, the meta of the pistols has changed into what we just saw, people just moving around like crazy. So for you guys that don't know what this crosshair is, the yellow square is where your bullets will end up, or where in what range they can go. So here it's a pretty narrow range, but when you move, with a pistol, it's not that much bigger. So compared to a rifle, this is the most accurate moving rifle. It's pretty big, you know, it's going to be really hard to hit the guy's head. But with this, it's really, you know, it's accurate enough that it's easy to just move around. So the penalty for moving needs to be wider. Another thing to point out is that when you 80 AD fast enough, you're pretty much just as accurate as when you're standing still. So that creates a thing where, you know, where you saw where Shox was just trying to go like this, that he's actually just as accurate by doing that as he is by doing this. Now let's talk about one more aspect. Look at how long it takes to fully become accurate again. So you have to shoot this slow in order to actually shoot at somebody's head who's really smaller already than your square. This square is bigger than somebody's head at this distance, the hitbox of somebody's head. So you can see why would anyone, no matter how good their aim is, why would he sit here and try and aim at the person who's ADDing and crouching back and forth? It's just a disadvantage. So he would just do the same thing and just get more bullets out and try and randomly get him. So the ADDing needs to be looked at again, and people stop talking about it, but it's still a big problem. The bullet accuracy for moving needs to be widened. People need to be tagged when they're moving around. So like when we look at Shocks, who was trying to shoot at Forrest, who was just going like this and crowd spamming and moving back and forth, when he hits him once or twice, it doesn't stop him from moving full speed. Or like Forrest, Get Right, who just goes like this and he doesn't get shot in the back because he's moving so fast that even if he does get hit once, it doesn't really matter because he's not going to get stopped. So how are you going to end up hitting him enough times with a crazy movement? Then we have Kiyoshima and Get Right at like look where your bullets go at that type of movement. But everyone does it because they don't want to stand still, because then it's so easy. If the guy's standing still, you can still get him with that random off bullet, but you're making yourself so hard to hit that of course you're going to go like this. So then Kiyoshima says, okay, well, I'm not going to be accurate at him either, but I'm just going to do it because I don't want to get hit. So then Get Right and Kiyoshima miss each other with 10 bullets. And then we see Happy, where he ran and he doesn't want to actually take the time to shoot at the guy while he's moving because he might miss. So he just goes like this and goes all crazy and uses 20 bullets to just basically spray down the guy. It's just really, and then we have Kiyoshima, where in a previous iteration of the game, he would have to stop and actually shoot at the guy in order to try and hit him. But instead, he ends up just going like this and he ends up hitting Freiberg in the head. So in all these examples, the game has just been dumbed down, where you just are no longer rewarded for accuracy because you have to shoot so slow. If let's say 3 guys are running out here and you just miss 1 shot, by the time you can even shoot your second shot, there can be 3 or 4 people out the door who are all just going like this at you. Like, how are you expected to kill anybody? So we can see why the person in this situation would do the same thing himself. He would just go like this and then, come out and just do whatever random bullshit he can do in order to get the shot. So I really think that the pistols in this game are so low skill, the skill ceiling is so low, that you very rarely see anything skillful, even out of the best aimers and the best players at this game. And I really think that it needs to be worked on. Alright guys, later.